Time travel has long been a favorite theme for science fiction. From classics like Back to the Future to more huge franchises like Avengers Endgame, we see people getting into some sort of vehicle and traveling back in time. But is it really just the stuff of fiction? What about these photographs that, according to some, are actual proof of time travelers? Welcome to the Bestest, the channel that provides you the bestest news and videos you should know about. On this episode, we've rounded up 10 of the most popular images of alleged time travelers throughout history. Before we start, please make sure to like and subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell for more amazing videos. Every once in a while, eagle-eyed people from the internet spot normal-looking photos with what they reckon to be evidence of time travel. Are they real, or are these just cases of people's imaginations running wild? Let's take a look at the first photo on this list. At number 10, the time-traveling hipster. Taken in 1941, this photo was snapped in British Columbia during the reopening ceremony of the South Fork Bridge. In the midst of a hat and suit crowd, at the right-hand side of the photo, you see a young man who looks wildly out of place. He is wearing what appears to be modern clothing, sporting a shirt under his sweater and a pair of sunglasses, and holding a portable camera. While there are many who started calling him the time-traveling hipster, it turns out that the shades and the tea were not unknown at the time. Not the usual OOTD for people in the 40s, but still already present. The camera too, which was a Kodak folding pocket, was already in production decades before this photo was taken. He may not be a time traveler, but you gotta give the dude props for having a fashion sense that's ahead of his time. At number 9, the time traveler at the beach. When this photo was tweeted on October 1, 2018, British film colorizer and history buff Stuart Humphreys did not know it was going to go viral. Photographed in September 1943, the picture shows British war workers chilling out at the Towan Beach in New Quay, England. Nothing out of the ordinary, right? Well, some observant Twitter user spied a man dressed like Mr. Bean, seemingly checking his mobile phone. And if he has a phone in 1943, then he must be from the future. Humphreys didn't think much of it, saying the man could have just been rolling a cigarette. Next up, at number 8, Chaplins time traveler. In October 2010, filmmaker George Clark made news when he uploaded a video titled Chaplins Time Traveler on YouTube. On the clip, which was captured at the set of Charlie Chaplin's 1928 silent film, The Circus, you see a lady walk by at one point. The woman, dressed in black and wearing a hat, seemed to be talking into a thin, black device that, according to Clark, looked like a phone. But as much as we love us some time-traveling story, it was pointed out by several that, number 1, there were no satellites or cell towers back in the Jazz Age, so a cell phone would have been utterly useless. More experts also further debunked the theory, stating that she was most likely simply holding either a rectangular ear trumpet or an early portable hearing aid, which was already being developed at the time. Okay, so sure, there's still no concrete evidence of time traveling, but how would you explain this next one? At number 7, the Ancient Astronaut. Ancient and astronaut are two words we never would have thought would go in the same sentence. That is until a photo circulated online of the old Cathedral Nueva in Salamanca, Spain. Carved on the facade of the entrance is a strangely modern figure of an astronaut, with the helmet, the spacesuit, and the tubes and the boots. So what is a 20th century astronaut doing at a cathedral built in the 16th century? Before you go bonkers, the answer is actually quite simple. Though Cathedral Nueva was built between 1513 and 1733, it was renovated in 1992, during which one of the artisans decided to add a personal touch to the project by carving a symbol of the 20th century astronaut. Next up at number 6, Andrew Carlson. Andrew Carlson is a supposed time traveler who was arrested in March 2003 after the SEC became suspicious of his sudden wealth and for being successful in each of the 126 high-risk stock trades he made. After his arrest, Carlson confessed to being a time traveler from 200 years in the future. A mysterious man then posted his bail and Carlson was never seen again. Records show that Andrew Carlson never existed. Sounds like an incredible sci-fi piece, right? Well, that's because it is.
What?
The Carlson story originated as a fictional piece in a satirical newspaper, Weekly World News. The piece was later reposted by Yahoo News, and other newspapers and magazines started reporting it as a fact. I don't know who those researchers are, but they really ought to take a course or two on fake news. We're halfway through the list, and so far, all of these mysterious time-traveling mumbo-jumbo have been debunked. But you're gonna have to take out your detective hats now, because the next ones are so mysterious, they still haven't been completely explained. At number 5, time-traveling celebrities. Some celebrities bear such a striking resemblance to folks from another century that we can't help but think, could they be living a double life in a bygone era?
Excuse me, miss. What color is Michael Jackson?
Black? Here, for example, is a side-by-side photo of TV star Jimmy Fallon and Mahir Khayyam, a Marxist-Leninist revolutionary leader who died in 1972. Then there's Jennifer Lawrence, who may as well be a time-traveling Zubaida Tharwat, the Egyptian actress who was born in 1940. And here's Nicolas Cage, who looks exactly like the Mexican emperor Maximiliano of Habsburgo, and this Tennessee man from 1870. Are these just spooky coincidences, or are they proof that time travel is possible? Or, if not time travel, could they be proof of reincarnation? We don't know for sure, but they sure are interesting theories to consider. Not a Hollywood celebrity, but also quite popular. At number 4, Greta Thunberg. When she's not busy challenging global leaders to reduce their carbon footprint, what do you think 16-year-old Greta Thunberg is doing? Oh, I don't know. Time traveling, maybe? Social media users dug up this 19th century photo of 3 children sifting for gold in the Canadian Yukon Territory. One of the girls looks eerily like Greta Thunberg, even wearing her hair in her signature braid. The trailblazing Swedish activist hasn't responded to the hubbub, but honestly, do you really think Thunberg would even go anywhere near a mine? We're down to the last 3 on this list, and these are all mysterious that have yet to be answered. At number 3, the mummy with Adidas Trainers. Last April 2017, archaeologists have restored a 1,100-year-old Mongolian mummy with a funky-looking footwear. The mummy, which belonged to a seamstress, was wearing a pair of red and black striped boots that looked like a fresh pair of Adidas kicks. Her body and possessions, which include a clutch bag, a mirror, a knife, and a comb, were all incredibly preserved, and experts are still trying to uncover what other secrets this mummy keeps. Next up, at number 2, the surfing time traveler. Yet another photo of an oddly dressed man for his time. This image was taken more than 100 years ago. On the photo are some Canadians sitting on the side of a hill, all smartly dressed except for one. The man, who was later referred to as the surfing time traveler, is sitting on the left-hand side, wearing a t-shirt and shorts that looked rather unusual for the era. The people in the photo also look rather shocked by his appearance, and this woman on the right seems to be pointing at his direction. This makes us wonder, do time travels really jump through time dressed like that? Maybe not all of them. Some of them like to dress for the era, just like this next man. Last but not the least, number 1, the Reykjavik Visitor. Taken in 1943 at downtown Reykjavik, this photo shows a scene in the heart of the World War II. Here, sailors, soldiers, and civilians are walking in the streets, doing nothing particularly suspicious. Except for this guy. Is that a mobile phone he is holding to his ear? Who is he calling? How is he calling? And why is he looking at a photographer like he doesn't want to be caught doing whatever it is he is doing? And that concludes our list of some of the most famous so-called proofs of time traveling. What about you? If you had a time travel machine, what year would you travel back to and why? Tell us all about it in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to The Bestest and make sure to hit the bell to access more of our videos. Thank you so much for watching, and until our next Bestest video.